Hey buddies, it's your girl AyChristene, and today we're checking out a Kurzgesagt in a nutshell video. Hopefully I said it right. Maybe I didn't. That's just where life is. This is ancient life as old as the universe. A lot of times when we watch their videos, it just instills more fear in me or just makes me, more afraid and more paranoid about things. But we'll see. Let's check out this. You said I didn't say it right. Okay, Kurzgesagt. Kurzgesagt. Let's just start the video. Links down below to become a member page and to support the channel. Let's get started.
2024 calendar is here. Get it now before it sells out. And stay tuned
Oh, a calendar for
a sneak peek that's out of this world.
For the future?
Life has existed on one planet for about 4 billion years, as far as we know. But it might have started right after the Big Bang, when the universe was much stranger and more fantastic than today.
More fantastic? What do you mean?
That might have allowed life to develop absolutely anywhere. The cosmos might be full of the seeds of life, sleeping in a dead desert, waiting for a few drops of rain to explosively bloom and grow.
It's quite poetic.
Tiny and not so tiny aliens might be everywhere. In this video, we're going to put together two highly speculative yet scientifically grounded possibilities. Check out the scientific papers in our sources. To properly explain it, let's first look at the paradox of life on Earth. The life paradox.
All right, let's dive in.
For its first few 100 million years, Earth was a magma hell, constantly bombarded by asteroids. But basically, the second things calmed down and the first oceans formed, life just appeared, and zillions of microbes
It was like the perfect setup for Earth to start.
This is kind of strange. Life on Earth seems to be almost as old as the planet itself, as if it was waiting around for an opportunity.
But that's half a billion year difference, though.
Extremely quickly. In that tiny time window, it also crossed a huge gap.
Dead matter,
to qualify as living things,
look at this little baby.
Microbes need to eat, poop,
microbes.
Grow, and
These microbes are kind of cute.
Except
for the ones that just separated.
The biological instruction manual that sets the inner workings of an organism. How dead things with no genome become living things with genomes is one of the biggest riddles of science.
Yeah.
Simplifying a lot, the problem is that to have a functioning genome, you need proteins. And to make those proteins, you need a functioning genome. Both proteins and genomes are super long molecules made of pretty complex. Did he just
chicken and egg us just now? I think we just got chicken and egged. Like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Okay. That's the vibe I'm getting. Oh yeah, and I guess that's the definition of paradox, right? Like when something comes first but also seems like it's like that. That's paradox right there.
That are extremely difficult to assemble by chance. It's a chicken-egg paradox with several chickens and eggs.
Hey!
Once you have a finished
did I just say that?
The whole system works efficiently.
Yes, I did.
Starting from simple dead stuff and reaching that level of sophistication by pure chance should require an amazing amount of time for trial and error. So how did the first living things manage to cross that gap in just a few 100 million years?
Him saying just 100 million years is a long time.
By theorizing how some primitive soup of prebiotic molecules could have efficiently produced the first self-replicating entities. But we still don't know how exactly this would have worked.
What kind of odd thing is that in the
think backwards?
In the pot.
The clock of evolution.
All right.
Think of genomes as a book telling the history of life.
Okay.
As time passed and life evolved, more characters were introduced. Amoeba,
and then we came in.
Amphibians,
we are the last
dinosaurs and mammals.
Over
billions of years, the story
because I don't think anything
more and more complex.
Just like developed after us.
The genome can be viewed as a long string of letters with biological instructions. And from microbes to us today, functional genomes seem to have been increasing in size at a fairly constant rate. The functional genome of fish is more than twice that of worms. Our functional genome is about twice bigger than that of fish, and so on. It is a bit more complicated, but for now, let's run with this.
Okay. Yeah, so I can get this. I can understand this.
It seems that genomes have been doubling in size on average every 350 million years or so.
And
as if
that's been a part of the makeup of the different types of species.
But it gets even stranger. The very first microbes that emerged on Earth, even if they look simple, already seem to have had pretty long and complex genomes.
I want to know, though,
but how could life have achieved that level
how much
of
time was
complexity
in between
such
each
a
of these
short time?
things?
There may be an interesting way to solve this riddle. We just take our exponential clock and extrapolate it back in time to the simplest conceivable life form.
Okay.
Something equivalent to a being with a genome containing just a few letters. But if we do that, we end up 10 billion years in the past.
All
More
right,
than
for the
twice
first
the age
life
of
form.
Earth, which means if life actually evolved like this, it didn't start here, but somewhere out there
What?
in space.
What?
This would explain why life started to thrive so quickly on our young planet. If it was already present in space like a seed, it just needed water and warm temperatures to wake up.
Imagine if the human race or life on this planet is from another planet. My mind is blown. Like, what if? Because I mean, in the end, this is like a theory, right? This situation's a theory. But what if we're from a different planet? What if, well, life, maybe not humans, maybe whatever genome that came here, if on a different planet with the different, atmosphere and evolution and whatnot, what if the beings on that planet are different than Earth's planet? And because this life landed here and evolved, and you've got the conditions of the atmosphere and nature, biology, and then boom, boom, here we are. Then it traveled a long way to get here. That would be, if it traveled a long way to get here, then that would mean that life, hey, it's your girl, AyChristene here. And I wanted to let you know this video is sponsored by moi. Just to let you know that you can get your very own Buddy Bear beanie. You heard me correct. Your very own Buddy Bear beanie. How, you may say? How, you may ask? Check out the link in the description box below and sign up so that way you know when pre-orders drop and you can snag yours before they sell out, boo. Okay, back to AyChristene. On another planet is far beyond ours, has the potential to be far beyond ours on Earth, which means that we are definitely the babies in the universe, the galaxy, all of space, all of time and space. My mind, like, what? It's a theory. It's a theory. But wow, what a theory.
Go on evolving. And it would also explain the high degree of sophistication of the first life forms on Earth. They could have been complex already because they might have been evolving for billions of years somewhere else in the universe.
Billions.
But could life really be that old? Maybe, yes. Actually, life could have started shortly after the universe itself was born. A Goldilocks baby universe.
Okay.
At its most basic level, life needs two things. The right
Those are
chemical
three
elements
things.
to form complex
okay.
molecules and
Okay.
a liquid medium.
I just need to give you time to speak. I
in
get
which
you.
those molecules can move and interact. The liquid medium needs to stay warm enough to remain, well, liquid.
Okay.
So when we search for life in space, we focus on Earth-like planets at just the right distance from their star, warm enough to sustain liquid water.
Right.
But there was actually a time when almost all of the universe might have been habitable. Right after the Big Bang, the universe was extremely hot. But as the cosmos expanded, it cooled.
Right.
And between about 10 and 17
things just
million
continue
years
to
after
expand.
the Big Bang, when the universe was 1,000 times younger than today, it was between 100 degrees Celsius and 0 degrees Celsius, the temperature at which water is liquid.
Oh.
So for this window of time, more than 13.7 billion years ago, the whole universe, absolutely every inch of it, had
Imagine
the right
if this is
temperature
real.
to support life. Of course,
Imagine
the right
if this
temperature
is
alone
right.
is not enough for life. We also need chemical elements like
Right,
carbon
right.
and oxygen, which are forged in the cores of stars. But were there stars in super early cosmic times? Maybe, yes. in regions of the universe where matter was especially dense. Such stars would have been very massive and gone supernova in just 3 million years, seeding the baby universe with the chemical elements needed to form dust, asteroids, planets, and the ingredients of life. Maybe the first ancestors of life were more exotic and didn't even need water, but thrived in substances like ammonia or ethane that can stay liquid at temperatures far below 0 degrees Celsius. They could have been sustained by the lingering warmth of the Big Bang for tens of millions of years longer, well into a time when we know for sure
if this
there were
is, because it's a
stars and
theory,
all
but
the
if this is
chemical
right,
elements.
this is
The real
wild.
magic of this idea is that while the universe today is extremely deadly and hostile,
Yep.
back then the conditions for life might have been basically everywhere.
Wow.
For a period that may have lasted several dozen million years, primordial life might have been able to emerge on any rock, even between the stars.
Wow.
Sowing the universe with the seeds of what, billions of years later, would become bacteria, trilobites, dinosaurs, and finally us.
That's a big booty human
At
right
some
there.
point, the universe
That cake
cooled
was
down
settling
below
his
the right
body
temperature
upon
for life to
the
thrive,
platform.
But some of those ancestral life forms may have continued to exist in the internal warmth of the first planets, frozen in asteroids or hibernating in cosmic dust. Tiny seeds
traveling.
roaming the cosmos, waiting for new hospitable places to continue
Been
evolving.
crashing and
If they did, life now might be
giving
everywhere
birth.
in the universe. Will we ever know? All
I
this
hope
makes
so.
for a nice story. And while both the habitability of the baby universe and our exponential clock of life are reasonable ideas, they're still speculative. One more possibility among many others, trying to explain our existence today.
Yeah,
But
they
if
are
life came to Earth from outer space,
they're
then it
trying
should have
to
seeded other places
discover
in the solar system too.
and they're trying to
Maybe
look
there are
for
fossils
them.
in dry riverbeds on Mars.
I thought they said that
Maybe
there
we'll
were
soon
something
find
that they
life
found
in
on
the warm
Mars.
underground oceans of Enceladus or Europa. Titan has seas,
They just need warmth.
rivers and lakes of ethane and methane as warm as the universe when it was 90 million years old.
Okay.
So finding exotic life on Titan would support the idea that life could have originated in the weird baby universe.
Possibly.
So far, when we look out into the cosmos, we don't see anyone like us. But maybe that's because life needed 10 billion years or more to reach the level of complexity that allows for a technological species. Maybe there are millions of worlds filled with microbes, oceans full of exotic fish, and continents of bizarre animals.
That is wild.
And maybe even others like us that just recently gained consciousness and are beginning to look at the sky.
Right.
wondering
Or don't
if
even
they're
look
alone.
like us. Yeah.
Life could be flourishing
But just
right now in
sentient.
uncountable forms and in all kinds of cosmic
sentient.
environments. And if many of
Goodness.
us share a common cosmic origin, we would all be part of a great cosmic family.
That is
The answer may
wild.
lie in our cosmic backyard. Let's go and find out.
I'm good. I don't need to know.
It's time. Let's reveal the 12,024 human era calendar.
So, this is wild. This is wild. Like, if this is a situation where, this one wasn't really bad. It was definitely interesting. It really just puts a lot of seeds of thought into my mind about that possibility, because I mean, we've all heard the same saying, like, oh, it is naive to think that we are the only beings that exist. And I agree with that. I'm sure it's possible that there's life somewhere else. However, to have the theory that life had originated somewhere else, and from this theory, it was everywhere. Big Bang happened. Life was pretty much everywhere because it was just the perfect recipe. And as time expanded, that life just dissipated, and some of it traveled via, like you said, space dust or asteroids, meteorites, things like that. And those things are just traveling throughout space. Particles are just traveling throughout space constantly. They happen to hit Earth, that has the perfect makeup to really grow this life and nurture this life. And that life grows and evolves and starts off as little particles of bacteria and then becomes fish and then becomes, bipedal organisms and becomes like humans, you know. And I know I skipped some species there on the evolutionary chart, but you know what I mean. Okay. That is wild. That is wild. I want to like, this makes me think that, because when he said that it's possible that there's people on other planets that are just starting to wake up, I argue that maybe if this was the case, then maybe there's some life on some other planets that have developed just way out there beyond what we are able to see. Or maybe they are so technologically advanced that they are able to shield their existence, you know? Anything's possible. Anything is freaking possible. Didn't they say, mind you, I didn't read up about the aliens information, but I know that there was like some news that came out saying that there were aliens. And I just see all the TikToks where people like, they said there's aliens and no one seems to care, which is pretty funny. But, and I honestly just keep forgetting to look it up. But I definitely need to look it up and look up what they've discovered about aliens and what degree of aliens that they may have discovered and where they discovered it. I actually need to look that stuff up. But again, it's just a wild thought to think that we possibly came from somewhere else. Pretty interesting. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you think life is out there, what do you think they look like? What do you think they are? You know, talk about it down below. Don't forget to hit that like button and turn on the notification bell, boop, boop, so you know when I post. I love you guys as always. And until next time, buddies. Toodles.